Hi everybody. All right. So today is actually Monday, October 28th. Okay. And you see this? Do you see this? Stay tuned. You're going to find out about this. This here, I'm telling you, best macaroni salad I have ever had. But on another note, before we get into this part of the video, I wanted to mention that I'm not exactly a nice person in this video. Okay? There's a lot of bad words, and at the time that I recorded this parts of this video, I was very upset, very frustrated. I am apologizing ahead of time if I offend you, because I might. Okay? But this is my point of view and my experiences. Okay? So here we go. So, if you're a vendor, this is a really good event to be a vendor at. They always have, excuse me, they always have a very good turnout. And always decorated very lovely and festive. So this is Spookyville. These little tables here that they have the signs for are where they pick up candy from the event, and at the end, if they get a stamp, they whatchamacallit, they get some kind of a prize, you know. But it really is a good event. And they have different kinds of entertainers, and a DJ and stuff. They do it right here. So this is Yesteryear Village. You have an old firehouse back there, which we'll show in another part of the video. This is the church. And we have a scarecrow that lost its hat. Creepy clowns and all that fun stuff. Well, maybe just one. Have a little general store, and they have old-timey candies in there. They have a pumpkin patch. I don't see Mama Jugs. What the heck? I always have the tea lady, and she's not here. Oh no.
Where's the balloon twister?
That would be me.
Oh, hi.
Hi, what do we have?
So for you, when you take a break. Now,
okay.
This is just for tonight. What
Sure.
we're looking at doing something a little bigger. So when
There's
you say,
one on the back of the sign.
all right, they did it already.
Yes.
So this way you put it behind that person, they won't line up while you're trying to take a break.
Yeah, well, we'll see how
won't
that works
continue
out.
to
They
line up. Well,
people read and then they just ignore.
I said what you should do is put a sign on the back of the person on the left.
I usually hand them a balloon.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
I'm like, here, you're the last person in line. Nobody's getting a
Nobody
balloon after this because I'm going on break, or
That's it.
it's the end of the line.
For now, use that.
This
for tonight. Kayla.
Yeah, I have to go back out to my car.
Okay.
So
You want me to go put it? Where is it?
yeah, the Tiki Hut.
Oh, the Tiki Hut. I knew that.
Thank you. This is a cool little booth. Everything's illuminated. I like it. Trick or treat stop. Scarecrow. This little house, the museum, was always lovely, decorated lovely. I like it. Like I said, this is one of my favorite events I've ever done. Just wish it wasn't so hard on my body. That is all. And they have the not so spooky maze. All the adults dress up. It's really awesome. I like the pumpkin shelf thing they got going on right here. Just like that. I'm gonna take a picture. I hit the wrong button. Cause yeah. It's one big circle, but it's a nice little thing they have here. Well, hello everybody. Today is Saturday, October 19th. It is approximately 10 after 6 p.m. and I am completely exhausted. I'm so tired right now. Excuse me. Today kicked my ass. Yesterday was not so bad, but today I'm tired. Oh my god, I'm so tired. But I had a good day. I'm very sore right now too. My back is jacked right now. I'm gonna have to stop at a Walgreens and get some ibuprofen for this. Now, on another note, I made a sign that said, notice, due to Hurricane Milton, I was unable to order balloons due to not having any internet. Because I started running out of balloons because I didn't put it in order. But I might have a bigger problem. The place that I order from is in North Carolina. So I tried to call them, but they're closed on Saturday. I thought they were open on Saturday, but they're not. They're closed on Saturday. So now I gotta wait till Monday and hope they're open. Because, yeah, this is not good. So, and hopefully, so what I did was for maximum for minimal balloon usage, how about that? For minimal balloon usage, what's the word I'm looking for? I shrunk my menu down and made it to where I still have many choices. However, I only, but these balloons, except for an octopus, are a lot less, shall we say, they're less complicated and they're less, the octopus takes 7 balloons, but Somebody said something to me yesterday. Now, mind you, I have been doing this event for 8 years. And they said to me that the octopus was legendary at Spookyville. That's incredible. That touched me. The legend of the legendary octopus here at Spookyville. That's freaking great. So I can't get rid of the octopus. It's legendary. Like, people, it's funny. They have a plan walking in here, and their plan is rides and balloons. We have to get those out of the way. We can do everything else afterwards. But first we have to hit the rides and the balloons. And some people are like, we're taking the shortcut. We're going straight to the balloon lady because we're not standing in that line. Because they know that line is an hour. So, yeah, there's that. On another note, I have to get these damn balloons. So the balloons that I do have on the list are simple, they're easy, they're quick, and minimal usage of balloons except for the octopus. Because it's what I have to do to get through next weekend. Or get through this weekend even. It's at that point. So, alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow. I'll let you know how Spookyville went. Now I'm off to get Carvel. I got a message this morning. And quite frankly, it pissed me off. I'll be right back. I had a lady tip me $20 yesterday. And this morning, she wanted her money back. Her message said she was requesting $20 via Zelle because she waited an hour and 15 minutes in my line. And I was not nice to her children. And all I did the entire time was complain about how I didn't have anybody to help me. All right, guys. It's about 11:15. It is Sunday. People are starting to come in, but it doesn't get busy until after 1 o'clock today because Sunday people go to church, this, that, and the other. But before I continue with this video, because I'm going to record it today, so this way I have proof when there's some little butthole that wants to question my abilities. I can say, here you go. So, hold that thought. Alright, so here we are. Look, this is my balloon bag, and it looks like I have a ton of balloons in here. But what you don't see is this. I have a gaping hole. I should never have a gaping hole in this bag. That's how much of a shortage of balloons I have. I am running low on orange, blue. I'm almost out of both of those colors completely. I'm out of black, I'm out of light blue, and I'm getting low on white. Fortunately, Have plenty of purple and pink and silver and gray and green. But yeah, that's where we are so far. And I have 3 more days to get through this. Fun times. Good evening. It is Sunday, approximately 8 p.m. and I am in Fort Pierce, Florida. I stopped because I wanted to make sure that I got that electric bill paid before they cut my ass off tomorrow. Yeah. When I get home, I thought about it as I was driving. I was like, oh, Fort Pierce, they have a Pilot there. You guys know me and my Pilot coffee, but I didn't get Pilot coffee because I have coffee that I got when I stopped. When I left Spookyville, I went to the bank because I didn't want to carry that much cash on me. Excuse me. And traveling. When I do balloons, even when I do face painting, I always end up with more. But with balloons, I always have a stack, and 90% of it is ones. But anyway, so I wanted to stop, or I'm sorry, I left Spookyville. I went to the bank, and then I put the money in the bank. Because I knew I had to. I knew I have to order balloons. That's 1. 2, I know I have to pay the electric bill. So I wanted to make sure the money was in there. I put whatever I can in there. I mean, I got like $10 in ones cash on me because the bank wouldn't accept those ones. When you try to deposit $101 bills, it's a royal pain in the butt. But anyway, so I got the money deposit. And then I went and got coffee because I know I have a long drive ahead of me. My daughter called me and I was talking with her about her stepchildren. Boy, that's a whole nother story. We'll get to that later. She wanted to call me about Thanksgiving coming up. And, you know, she's making a list and checking it twice, so to speak. And she wanted to make sure she didn't forget anything. You know, like apple cider. Patty, So I got to Fort Pierce, which is about an hour away, and I decided, I was like, oh wait, I want to pay this electric bill because I do not want them to cut my power off, which is supposed to be cut off tomorrow if I didn't make a payment. So fortunately, we're getting into the cheap time of the year where I don't have very big electric bills. And in Florida, in the summer, your electric bill is going through the roof because the AC is on constantly. But so I stopped here because I know about the Pilot, and I like this Pilot store. It's clean, and the bathrooms are clean, and I had to use the bathroom. Not that you guys needed to know that, but so not only did I do all that, but I also filled up my tank because it was $2.99 a gallon there. Yahoo! I like cheaper gas. But now I'm heading back to the turnpike. All right, so Spookyville this weekend. Well, Friday was good. Saturday was very frustrating. Forget everything else that's going on in my life. How's about Hurricane Helene? Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Hurricane Helene comes up, wipes out North Carolina and Tennessee. Okay, then you have Milton comes through and had no internet, had no phone service, couldn't even make a phone call from my home. Right? So I make the sign because I'm 4 hours away from my house. Nobody knows me. They don't know, all they know is this storm was disastrous for the coastal part of Florida on the west coast up near Tampa. And that's a long way from where I am in West Palm Beach. So I made a sign that said, due to no power, no internet, and no phone service, I was unable to, order balloons due to Hurricane Milton. Well, yesterday I decided to downsize my menu because that's when it clicked. The place that I order from is in North Carolina. I may not even be able to freaking order balloons this week. I have to wait until tomorrow to call them and be like, hey guys, y'all all right? You guys okay? Great, I need to put in an order. I just wanted to make sure that I'm going to get it by Friday. Before Friday, I need it Thursday. So, what I did is I consolidated my menu, I downsized it, and I started making, instead of my elaborate balloon dog, I started making the one balloon dog that everybody seems to know how to make. Instead of making a 2 balloon sword that's all twisty and looks cool, I started doing a basic balloon sword. And I took out a bunch of stuff. Currently, I have half a bag of balloons, as you can see in this picture. And normally, that bag is full to go do Spookyville because I know what my line is like. Okay? Let's get to another aspect of this weekend. This morning, I wake up and I had slept in a Wawa parking lot. Okay? Because I have to save as much money as I can. I cannot afford right now to get a hotel. Okay? So, I fell asleep, and I was tired last night. Oh my gosh, I was so tired. Tired tonight, but not as tired as I was, last night. And, yeah, so what did I do? I fell asleep like 10:30. I was tired. I've been up since 5:30 this morning, because that's what time I happened to wake up. When I woke up, there were 3 cop cars in the Wawa parking lot. Okay. So, I got up, went into the Wawa, I used the bathroom, make sure I got to Walmart this morning in case I don't make it back home until after they close tonight, because I know that I have no dog food at home, because I filled up the dog bowls. No, I didn't fill up the dog bowl. I removed the dog bowl and I put in a big pot, like a spaghetti pot, like a big spaghetti pot, full of food to make sure the girls would have enough food to make it through until I got home tonight. Now, if they ran out of food today, which they probably did run out of food today, because my dogs do not just chow down and eat the entire pot when they are given their food. I leave food out for them all day. They overdo it, they eat a little bit, and then they go do what they do, and then when they're hungry, they go back to their food. I don't feed them twice a day. The reason I do this, and I let them graze, and that's what it's called, is because many years ago, we had a dog. Her name was Baby Flake. Baby Flake was an eat, and there was big dogs, like Rottweiler-sized dogs, next door. Their dog next door jumped the fence and got Baby Flake pregnant. This poor puppy, who was this big, full grown, she was a lap dog, her belly was this big with puppies. That poor thing. She looked like she was going to explode. We had to do an emergency C-section to save her. Okay? And it was at that point where the vet told us, hey, listen, it's much better if you don't feed them twice a day or once a day, and feed them, put their food down, and let them graze. It will take them a few days to get used to it, but they will understand, and they won't eat as much, they will eat less, and they will they'll just eat when they're hungry. So ever since then, that's what we did with our dogs, and now I do with my dogs. So that's why I do things like that. So I had to get dog food. So because the dogs have been left alone a lot over the last 2 months because of Fort Walton, South Carolina, and now Spookyville, and coming up Spookyville again, and then the first weekend of the Space Coast State Fair. I decided that I was going to give them a little something special. Okay, I got them a bone. I got them each a toy, which will probably end up being Shelby's toys. This lady really doesn't play. She plays, but she doesn't really play like with a toy. She's not a toy dog. Shelby is a toy dog, and these things, they're little. They squeak. Okay, but they each got a bone. So they will both be happy about having a bone. I'm going to throw all the other bones that I have in the house out. And all they're going to have is the bone that they have that I just got. Plus the fact I got them a very small thing of wet food. So when I get home, I will feed them. I will mix their dry food with their wet food. And it'll make up for me being gone for 3 days. Now, that's what I had to do this morning. Oh, and I got a sunshade for the windshield. That's another story. I'll get to that momentarily. All right, so that being said, I got them their food, I got the sunshade, I got a thing of oil for the car, and what else did I get? Oh, I had to get a shirt. Alright, $100 later, here we are. Yeah, then I stopped and I had gotten coffee and I went to Walmart, and then I went to the bank, put the money in the bank. Then, somewhere in this process, I ended up getting a text message, which, to be honest, quite frankly, pissed me off. Alright? And it said, it was a request, $20 to Melinda Silva. S-I-L-V-A. Not silver, Silva. So I read what it says. And it says, you were not nice to my children after we waited at 1 hour and 15 minutes. And you complained the whole time about not having help. First of all, let's address that last part. Okay? The only time I even bring up not having any help, I don't bring it up. You guys do. Okay? And what I mean by that is this. Somebody will say, you really need some help. You're all by yourself. You need a helper. And that's when I reply with, I know, but I have trained 5 people. Those 5 people either have other consequences, or not consequences, other commitments, and they cannot be here, or they don't want to do it, or they the other people have tried to train, can't remember how to make anything. And I'm talking simple stuff, like a balloon dog. If you can't remember how to make that, then this is not the business for you. I'm not going to even bother trying to teach you. Okay? And that's the end of it. I'm done. That's where I leave it. And people are like, oh, okay. And I don't mean my viewers here on YouTube. I'm sorry. That was wrong. What I mean is the people who come to on my balloon line, they're the ones who bring this up. I had a lady get mad at me the other day. She came up. I was wondering, can I help you? So I said to her, I said, how are you going to help me? Well, I can fill up balloons. And I'm like, no, you can't. I'm like, you can't just fill up balloons. It's not how this works. Because I don't know what somebody's going to ask for 3 people down the line. And each balloon is specific and everything is custom. You can't, it doesn't work like that. And then a few minutes later, she just left the line and walked away. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Sorry that I offended you because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. How is that my fault? That you don't know what you're doing and you want to help. And I tell you no. And now you're mad because your feelings are hurt? Get over it. Part 2. Why was I rude to your child? Why was I mean to your child? Was it because your child said to me that, what? You said you didn't have any black. Well, I don't have any black twisty balloons like the sign right there says. Was it because your child looked at me and said, well, that doesn't look like a shark? Either way, it doesn't matter, okay? Why was I rude to your kid? Because your kid was rude to me and you weren't paying attention to your child. So now you're mad at me because I had to step in a parental position that you should have been doing the whole time? let's not forget, you didn't know this until this morning when you texted me for your $20 back. That goes to show you weren't paying attention. So again, how is any of this my fault? If you would have been paying attention, first of all, had I been rude, you wouldn't have tipped me $20 to begin with. That's one. Two, if you had been paying attention, you would have told your kid instead of me having to tell your kid. Oh, or was it the little girl who said to me, I want a unicorn. Okay. And I make her a unicorn. And then after I'm on to another kid's balloon, whatever it was, looked at me and said, I don't want a unicorn, I want a horse. So I said, I went like this. So she would hand me her balloon. I cut off the horn, tied it, and handed it back to her. Okay, here you go. Now you'll have a horse. So I'm an asshole because your kid wants to be a dick? How is that my fault? Because you weren't paying attention to your child. I'm not your fucking babysitter. This is another reason why I'm getting out of doing balloons. Because every time I do balloons, I have issues with parents not paying attention to their children. I don't have this problem when I face paint. Oh, and by the way, let me mention, this is the first time in 8 years at Spookyville and 10 years in twisting balloons that somebody has come at me like this. So, this is another reason why I'm getting out of twisting balloons. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm so over it. These people, they don't want to pay attention to their children. Their children are assholes, and I'm the reason. No, it's not. That's not it. You don't want to pay attention to your child. Put your child in their place. I have to do it, and then on the ass, no, I'm done. I was in Live Oak, Florida, at the Suwannee County Fair, okay? And I would do balloons there. I haven't done it in several years, but this is not the reason why. The year before my last year being there, and it's not like they wouldn't hire me back because they have asked me, but at the time, the last time they asked me was 2020 and I wasn't doing it. And then in 2021 was the last year, but I was too caught up with FedEx at the time, and I was like, I can't do it, I'm sorry. So because of that, excuse me, that's why I no longer do that fair. Anyways, so I'm gonna guess it was 2018, maybe it was 2017, something like that, where I had these two ladies, and that's pushing it when I say ladies, came up, and I'm not joking when I say they had like 7 kids with them, okay? And they were ladies of color, and I don't care what color you are. If you are nice, you're nice. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. I don't care. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin, okay? I'm just gonna say that now. I am the least prejudiced person you will ever meet in your life. these two ladies had about 7 children with them. They may not have been all of their children. They may have been all of their children. I do not have these answers because I don't know. Okay? And these children, I need a little bit of space, as you guys have seen when I am doing these balloons. Okay? I need some space to be able to work. And these kids wanted to be literally on top of me. And I'm like, you guys need to back up. I need everybody to take a step back. Okay, I need everybody to take another step back. And about the 5th or 6th time that I kept saying this, parents weren't paying attention. Again, about the 5th or 6th time I said this, I finally got a little loud and I said, I need everybody to move back. Again, I now have to take the role of a parent because parents don't want to pay attention to what the person that they are coming to asks. And now I'm the asshole because although their kids couldn't make up their minds and they wanted to be on top of me and I need room to work, and I've asked them repeatedly, nicely, to move back. Oh, well, if they was little white kids, I said, I don't care what color you are. I said, if they were little white kids, you don't want me to know what I would say to them. And I had about 10 witnesses to this. So I said, can somebody please go get Lynn, who is the lady in charge of entertainment at that fair. Somebody got her, and I said, I just want to let you know what's going on. This is what happened. Da-da-dee and da-da-da. And all of these people standing around here, they all saw it. They will all vouch saying, I'm telling you the truth. She said, I'm not even worried about it. She goes, that's how these people are around here. Not my words, her words. So, this has been an ongoing thing with parents not paying attention to their children and letting their children walk all over me, and then I'm the asshole. I'm over it. I'm not going to have it anymore. With face painting, I don't have this problem. But with balloons, it's always a problem. And I'm not dealing with them anymore. Matter of fact, funniest thing happened today. I had this gentleman who was standing in line and he was waiting and he's waiting and he's waiting. And he's watching everything that's going on today. And he finally gets to the front of my line and he looks at me right in the face and he goes, I know you can't say this, but I'm going to say it for you. I said, what's that? He goes, fuck these damn kids. I started laughing my butt off. I said, well, I mean, not all of them, just some of them. And I said it kind of low so nobody else can hear me, but yes, that's how I feel sometimes. I'm being real here because that's what I do. It's my channel and I can, and I'm, this is why it's behind the scenes, okay? This is where I get to vent about people wanting to give me a hard time. But I mean, forget the fact that I have to drive 4 hours home tonight. Forget the fact that I don't live anywhere near here, and now you're, just a bunch of bullshit. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. So tired of the bullshit when it comes to these balloons. I took this job because I knew I needed the money. That's why I signed the contract. Otherwise, I probably would have said, fuck it, and I've done it. Okay? Yeah, there's a lot of cussing in this video. Alright? Fair warning, I don't give a fuck right now. Because it's been that kind of weekend. But now I gotta go home and I definitely gotta order order balloons because I'm not going to make it through next weekend. There's no fucking way I'm going to make it through next weekend without ordering balloons. Alrighty guys, I know this video is long. I'm sorry, and I know I've been ranting for the last 30 minutes here. Okay, but hey, you know how they say, tell us how you really feel. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm telling you how I really feel. Okay? Should have heard me this morning when I actually made the first video for this. Believe me, I have just toned it down a lot. Yeah. All right, guys.